Hello everyone, my name is Jeanette of Goldberry Gardens, and in this video I will be setting up my January layout for my 2025 bullet journal. Now, if I can get there, I've set up all the pre-pages and I have a flip through in one of my reels and shorts, I guess. This is YouTube. And for this one, I'm not sticking with the butterfly theme. I'm going to do a celestial theme. So I'll go over some of the supplies I'm using and then we'll get to decorating. Alright, so to start off, since it'll be a celestial theme, I found these washi tape sheets, and these aren't particularly celestial. I'm not gonna be able to say that by the end of this video, but they are kind of vintagey, so I think they'll work well. These are very celestial, starry, lunar, so I'll definitely be using these. And then I got the Starborn collection from Paper Monogatari, and this is going to be my cover page, this beautiful spread. This paper is not from that, it's from a different just paper pad. But here are some of the ephemera that's in that collection. There are some really fun stickers. I love these blackout ones. I don't know if I'll use them in this journal just because I do have the blackout notebook, but we will see. And then I got all of these number stickers, also from Paper Monogatari, for my monthly, or not monthly, maybe weekly. I don't know exactly how I want to use these, but I figured I have enough colors that I can match for something. I think I'll be using either black or white for this first month spread, and then we'll go from there. For colors of pens, I think I'm going to be using mostly browns because they seem pretty neutral and to go with the theme, and I'm going to use my new Posca marker. I have a whole set, but this is the one I'm going to use. It's just plain brown. And then I could definitely see myself using my Kuretake Z calligraphy markers, and it's double-ended, but I could just add some gold sparkles that way, which would go really well with the gold on the sticker sheets. And then, oh yes, washi tapes, of course. So I have all of these tiny washi tapes that my mom or my grandmother got me in a set a few years ago. I don't know where they're from, probably Amazon, but I thought these moons would be appropriate, and maybe some of the others just to add some interesting gold designs. These are from the Starborn set from Paper Monogatari. So there's this one which has like a city. Sorry, if I can get to focus. This one has a city. This one has like vintage text about some of the planets. And then this has like phases of the moon. Which again, I'm trying to get it to focus. And then I have some other washi tapes. These are from the washi tape shop, and I'd completely forgotten about them. And then I saw them when I went through my washi tape box and thought, oh, that's perfect. Like it almost perfectly matches this moon. And then this is some beautiful translucent star washi tape from Meow Washi, which I ordered from on a whim, and I really love their tapes now. And then this is also from Meow Washi. I don't know if I'll use it because it has silver and blue gilding instead of gold, but it is starry, so I figured I'd hang on to it, pull it out just in case. So those are my supplies, and now let's get decorating. So for the cover here, I decided to go with just this A5 paper from Paper Monogatari. It has a lot of astrological symbols. It's got all the constellations and zodiac signs and stuff, and I do not believe in that, but I do think it makes for cool designs. I like the patterns, so I figured this would be a super simple way to set up my January cover page, and it turned out pretty easily. The other side of the spread, as you're going to see, was not as simple, but it was a good start, and I really like this paper. Then I took a long time with these stamps from Archer and Olive, and I was trying to decide, because I wanted to have 8 habit trackers, and put the stamp on twice. So as you can see, that was a struggle. And I didn't want to put like the words inside the stamp. And the first one sort of worked, the first one didn't work, the second one sort of worked, but it all worked out in the end. And then I went around and highlighted the weekends, just because that helps me keep track of where I am in my month. Then I decided, since I don't really have room for any more circles, that the rest would just be boxes. And I don't know what I was thinking with the spacing. It's not as perfect as I'd like, but it's fine. It looks organic and kind of interesting, so I guess I'm okay with it. Again, I'm just highlighting all of the weekends so that it stands out to me and I don't get confused. Then I did go back in and add all these black boxes because that seemed like it would be helpful, and I just like that squared off. All right, for the calendar page, I decided not to use a straight edge, partly because sometimes I get frustrated with how long that takes, and partly because I'm growing to like this organic look. I carried over the color for the weekend and then went kind of crazy with the washi tape, but I really like the final result of this cover, this calendar page, which you'll see in a bit. With these little washi tape stickers, I could not decide which ones to use, and that's why I moved them around like through this whole setup. Even on other pages, I'm still like shuffling the stickers around, trying to figure out whether it fits or not. But when I do these labels, like January and tasks, I always start with the middle letters and then work to the end and then go backwards to the start, because then I know I have enough space for all the letters. If it's a really long word, I'll do like the middle letter and then the middle of the back and the middle of the front and then fill in letters, because it definitely helps me keep things more even. When I found enough appropriate stickers, I was able to get everything together here. I wish I'd put the highlights down before I put the label on so that I knew where that last highlight was going to fall, but it's okay. The spacing worked out fine. Then I have my weeklies, and sometimes this to me almost gets a little boring because I just set up 4 weeks and it's kind of like, okay. But I did try to really stick with the theme, but also make them different. I also completely forgot, I think I mentioned this later on, but I forgot to do my mini calendars where I would like write out all the days in the month and then highlight the week I'm on. And those really helped me in December, and I'll have to see how it is not having them this month. I'll probably bring them back in February because I'm already anticipating a less busy setup for my February spreads. I really like in this spread how the layered washi tape from the washi tape shop turned out, and I will be bringing that back again in another spread in this setup. Having only 37 boxes instead of 38 in this journal is definitely throwing me for a bit of a loop, but I kind of like how that makes things a little bit more offset, because now my boxes aren't almost lined up, they're a little bit more off, and I think that's a nicer look than just having them completely lined up like they would have been in an Archer and Olive journal. This spread was definitely feeling a little minimal compared to the other ones in the setup so far, so I was trying to add more, but I think it still has a lot of space to it, which is probably good because the rest of the month got pretty busy looking. On this spread, you see that I actually rolled a die to decide which boxes I would be using for the calendar days, and that's because I just felt indecisive about which ones I would choose. Sometimes if I do these spreads, I'm like, oh, I need 8 boxes, I try and make it super balanced, but then I don't like it one way or I don't like it another way, so that helped me randomize things a little bit, and then I decided on a pattern I was okay with. This spread was coming out really well, and then I had the idea to put down a couple of stickers like that, and I didn't really think this through, but the butterfly stickers that I just put down on that right hand box are actually sideways because of how the sticker falls, so I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't choose a different sticker, but that's okay. I think it still goes with the theme just fine. Here I went back and added some more lines in so I knew better where the days of the week were. I don't know why that suddenly popped into my brain much further into the setup, but that's why we're jumping back now. This last setup almost turned out the same as the previous one, and I didn't plan that so well, but I think it's different enough and it still has a balance to it, and you'll see in a moment how I'm able to bring back the washi tape layering because I liked it so much on that first weekly spread that we did. My last setup for this one is going to be the notes spread, which is kind of new for me. Previously, I just had finance and then whatever extra space there was, I would put for notes. But because I have a whole finance tracker, I figured I would just use these last couple pages as notes, and we'll see if that evolves into anything else, but that seemed good for now. Alright, I think we're ready for the final flip through for January. So I have my cover page, which is just an A5 piece of paper from Paper Monogatari. And then I have my habit trackers, and the only reason I did with these circles was because I thought it was kind of a cool effect and mirrors the circles on the other page. Then on this page, we have the calendar set up, and this is a big sticker from Paper Monogatari. Then here we have my first weekly, and I completely forgot when I was making these to do the mini calendars that I was doing at the end of December. So I think I will miss those, but it's not a huge deal. I can still tell, like, I can flip back to this calendar. It's not that much of an inconvenience. Then here's the second weekly. I think this, I use this starry washi tape in one other place, but I almost feel like it would be better on blackout paper, so I didn't want to use it too much here, but it is really pretty and goes with the theme. Then we have this week. Here's where I use the starry washi tape also, just to give it a little bit more depth. I thought it looked cool. It's also neat how then you just see the sparkles, you don't see the rest of the tape. And then this is my last weekly. I didn't realize that these were going to be almost the same because they're all boxes, but the orientation is different, so that's fine. And then I have a whole notebook where I'll be putting my finance stuff, so I decided just to have a note spread if I need to like jot anything down, if I have any like brainstorming ideas, if I have things for content that I want to scribble down. I thought this would be a good space to do it. If I don't use this at all, and I'll probably try it out for a couple months, But if I don't end up using it all, I'll just get rid of it, and then, I don't know, I might put something else here, or I might just not need that spread in my monthly layouts. So I hope this inspired you in your layouts, and maybe you'll do a celestial layout at some point. Maybe you'll be inspired that way, or just the way I laid out some of the pages. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.